Yo. So I want to talk about Techrot Encore. So if you haven't watched the last video, I've been on a trip. Been on a trip for a week. The same day it was the start of the trip, the update released. So a week after that, I got back home, but I was really sick. So I haven't made any videos on it. But got some time to play, and I am really surprised. You know, it's very easy to just hammer a game when you don't like stuff, but I feel like it is extremely important to, talk and, compliment stuff when it's done right, or, when the game is on a really good state. And I feel like Warframe hasn't feel like this for a while. And yeah, really surprised. I would say that the vast majority of weapons added on this update are really good. Not that they are OP, but they feel good to play. And I think it's one of the most important things in the game. They keep things interesting slash kind of fresh or feeling new. The update on the exalted and pseudo exalted weapon is actually huge. Not only for new or pretty much any mastery is gonna have its own sort of entertainment with this. If you're a veteran, you have every single exalted and pseudo exalted weapon to try again and make a new build, and that's gonna be a lot of hours of entertainment. The new Warframe temple, I still have to play more with him, but I think he's pretty okay. I'm not the biggest fan, but it's not like a frame like Side 09, which I completely disliked. I actually never made a video on Side 09 because I just disliked the frame so much. I just couldn't really make a video on it. Yeah, it's kind of how I feel. Now Temple feels interesting, but not really. Yeah, again, not really my type of frame. But yeah, the coda system feels really nice. It's surprising. It's really surprising compared to what we had on the Nemesis system. Kuva Liches and Sister of Parvels feels like a good addition. The valence thing that you put on the weapons is really good. Just being able to change the element, it's really a great addition to the game. Not having to go through this whole struggle of getting another weapon with a different element, spending all that time just to grind a different element. It was really good. It was really good. The Omnia Forma is also something that you know you just look at something like that and think like, how the hell didn't they add something like this to the game, like, in all of these years? It's a unbelievable quality of life change. It is just unbelievable how good it is to have something like that. And honestly, if you think about the economics for them, this is out of the charts, the amount of money they're gonna make right now. It's it's insane. It's just too much of a profit to have an expensive item that you're definitely gonna be buying, or you're gonna be farming towards it, or if you're not gonna buy directly the Omnia Forma pack, you're gonna be buying Forma to then craft into Omniformas. Yeah, it's just really, really crazy. But yeah, I am trying stuff and gonna be making videos on the weapons and the stuff that came out. I'm still testing and farming things as I can. I've already gotten all the weapons, and as I said, the vast majority of them feels really good. Some of them are kind of disappointing. Weapons that already existed in the game, like the Synapse, which it is one of my favorite weapons in the game. I feel like kind of what it got with the quota system was not really, well, not really enough. I mean, it's always good to have an extra element to be able to have increased stats, another element on a weapon. It's always good, but whenever you're not making that weapon a whole lot better or a whole lot more usable, you know, in terms of clearing and all that stuff, it doesn't feel like a very meaningful change to it. So there is that. Another point that I feel like it's good to mention, but of course there'll always be stuff that I'll miss because of, you know, it's kind of a big update. So it is the Temporal Archimedia. They wanted to make something for 99, kind of the Archimedia for 99. That's what I feel, but is it harder than the normal Archimedia? I don't really think so. If you're doing the weekly challenges and getting the weekly bonuses from 99, from the calendar, that actually helps a lot because, you know, you're gonna keep the bonus on all of the 1999 content. That includes the Temporal Archimedia. It isn't really, it helps a lot. It isn't that hard. It's always good to be able to use the Netrocell charges, I'm gonna call, outside of the Netrocell, because yeah, that Netrocells aren't really the most fun thing to do anymore. But yeah, you know, it's it's another good way to use them. It's another Archimedia, not that hard, but a good addition to the game, I would call. My only fear towards all of this thing is that 1999, it's gonna feel kind of heavy now in terms of how much stuff you just have to repeat there. Not, you know, it's not that you have a ton of stuff to do, but you have to repeat that a lot. You know, getting all of the Coda weapons feels like something a little bit like it's too much work, and then you were gonna have to do that over and over and over again because you're gonna need more duplicates of some weapons to get the Valence Fusion up, to get your percentage of the extra element up if you want that. But also you're gonna have to do the Temporal Archimedia on the same types of missions: Hell Scrub, the Survival, Defense on the Temple one, and yeah, you know, that's just what I think. But yeah, we'll get there. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you're having a great weekend, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.
Till next time, friend.